Hey fellow foodies, it's Faye from faysfood.com. Today I'm sharing one of the best chocolate chip cookie recipes I've come across, and I've tried them all. This yields a soft, chewy, chocolatey cookie. It's how a chocolate chip cookie should be, trust me. So it's only going to take a few ingredients to make this stuff. We're going to start with some unsalted softened butter in the bowl of our stand mixer. And to that we're going to add some granulated sugar and brown sugar. We're going to go ahead and get this creamed for about 5 minutes on medium low speed, and it's going to be lighter in color after 5 minutes and fluffier in texture. Okay, so this is exactly what we're looking for, and we're gonna go ahead and you can see I stopped the mixer. I'm gonna go ahead and just scrape down the bowl really well. Make sure to get the sides and the bottom of the bowl. And at this point I'm gonna go ahead and add the first egg. If you don't feel confident in your egg cracking skills, you can crack it in a separate bowl and then just place it in the dough, but I don't find that necessary. Get this going on a medium-low speed, and you want to wait till the first egg is absorbed before adding in the next egg. Okay, so the second egg is in there, and then you can add the vanilla extract. Cookies are almost like a cheat code. They're entirely too easy to make, especially after you make it a couple times. And it doesn't matter the recipe, the process is normally the same throughout. Okay, so you can see after I added the vanilla, I did bump the speed a bit to like a medium high speed, and I mixed that for just a couple minutes. Okay, then you stop the mixer and add in all your dry ingredients. I sifted the dry ingredients beforehand. And here's where you have to be careful, because we don't want a tough cookie, so we don't want to overmix it. So to prevent that, I kind of pulse it to get it to where I want it to be. Okay, so that looks good. You can see the flour is still visible, but we're going to finish this off with a rubber spatula. So you can use your rubber spatula or your clean hands to get the rest of the dough off the paddle. Just get that dough all in there. Okay, then go around the sides of the bowl with your rubber spatula. Get all the remaining flour that's clinging on there. And now we can go ahead and add in our chocolate. I am using bittersweet and semi-sweet chocolate, chips and chunks, because the chunks tend to melt in there, so that gives you those pockets of chocolate. The chips of course don't. But the key is you can use any kind of chocolate, milk chocolate, semi-bitter, but just make sure you use good quality chocolate, please. You will taste cheap chocolate if you use cheap chocolate. Okay, so just be mindful of that. Now in terms of mixing the dough, the remaining dough, what you want to do is kind of do a stabbing motion like I'm doing. I find that this is the best method to mixing the dough. You really can't fold dough like you could a mousse, for example, because it's too heavy. So I find this is the best way to mix it. Okay, so you can see that this recipe has been entirely easy to make, right? For me, this is the hardest part of the recipe because I'm a cookie dough addict, so I can't help but taking a few bites of the finished cookie dough. And if you're an addict like me, you're gonna have to just try to resist as much as possible, not to take more than a few bites. But so after the dough is done, what you want to do is just wrap it in saran wrap and refrigerate it overnight. This is not optional. You have to refrigerate it overnight. There are so many benefits to it, and they will be all on the blog and with the full recipe, but make sure you refrigerate this overnight. However, I did not because of my shooting schedule. So just for video purposes, I did not refrigerate this overnight. But of course, if you're making this for yourself or for someone and eating them, you do want to refrigerate it overnight. Okay, reasons why will be all on the blog. So anyways, the next day, this is what it's gonna look like. You want to go ahead and portion out the cookies with an ice cream scoop or a cookie scoop. It's the same thing. Then once you portion them out, you just roll them up and place them on your cookie tray. I lined mine with a silicone mat that I have. You can use parchment paper or even aluminum foil if you're in a bind. Just make sure it's sprayed well with cooking spray. Now these cookies do spread quite a bit, so you want to make sure to leave a few inches between each one. I typically fit 9 on a tray without them touching, if that helps you a bit in terms of guidance. So get them on the tray and then press down on them just a bit. Okay, and the color here isn't going to be as golden as they would be if you refrigerate them, just a note. But you want to bake these at 350 for about 10 to 12 minutes. Leave them on the cookie tray after they come out for about 5 minutes. Do not touch them. After that, you can move them to a wire rack and then enjoy warm. Trust me, this is the recipe you're going to want to try. For the full recipe, go to faysfood.com. Comment below if you're a cookie dough addict like me. I'm interested to see that. And like this video and subscribe to this channel for more great videos on the way. Make sure to hit that notification bell to get notified when I upload a new video. And until next time, guys, you guys enjoy this recipe and the rest of your day.
You know I ain't tryna say no dreams. I'm just tryna make this money. I ain't tryna share with the team. Girl, I ain't tryna take nothing from